I would say that it was that time of year for cheesecakes, but we know that's not true. Cheesecake is definitely a year-round treat. I've been making it year-round. I had the lemon cheesecake. I made some good cheesecakes this year. I really love cheesecake, plus I can make it keto. And can you believe I've never made a chocolate cheesecake before? I'm going to make for you guys a chocolate cheesecake. Chocolate crust. Not just chocolate, but it's a crust with chocolate flavored crust. A delicious decadent layer of chocolate cheesecake, a succulent layer of chocolate mousse, and then a final layer of chocolate ganache with whipped chocolate ganache on top. And then white chocolate what? If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and subscribe to this channel because I have tasty things coming up, and press on the notification bell. And then, my friend, my lips are so dry. I mean, they're not like crusty. I saw a product on Amazon that, like, I guess makes your lips plump, and it gives you the line right here. I said, wow. If you haven't, oh yeah, I already said that. Okay, let's get started. Here are the delicious ingredients that I'm going to be using for my cheesecake. I have my chocolate chips, of course, my sugar. Let's just take a minute to appreciate the sugar. My cocoa powder. And then, of course, my eggs and my cream cheese, which are both room temperature. So I have my mixing bowl right here with my beater attachment, and I'm going to add the cream cheese to the bowl, removing all foil bits, very important, you know, if it happens. And then I'm gonna beat my cream cheese for a minute or so, remove any lumps and chunks. I'm going to add in my sugar, and I'm actually using Lecanto's monk fruit sweetener. It's the brown sugar version, and that is so delicious for a keto recipe. And here I have my cocoa powder. I'm using some cacao, which is so healthy for you. It's got all types of minerals and good stuff going on. You can use cacao, you can use cocoa powder. It's completely up to you. We're going to whip all of that up together. I'm going to make some chocolate ganache, and I'm actually using Lily's chocolate chips, which is great if you are on keto. It's a chocolate chip that is sweetened with stevia. It's really, really delicious. And these are the dark chocolate chips. So you can use regular dark chocolate chips, Lily's brand. I added a splash of cream in there to make it a ganache, and I just added that to my bowl. So next I'm going to add in my flavoring. That is about a teaspoon or so of vanilla extract. And then I'm going to add in my first egg. After whipping a little bit, I'm going to scrape down the sides of the bowl and the bottom of the bowl as well. I'm going to scrape down the sides of my bowl one more time, add in the rest of my eggs, and then mix up until everything is just combined. Now I'm going to move on to the crust, and I have some melted butter here. That's what I'm starting with. I'm going to sweeten it with my sweetener, the Lecanto monk fruit sweetener. That is just absolutely delicious. And then to that I'm going to add some more cocoa powder, and I'm going to combine all of that until it reaches this nice chocolatey fudgy consistency. And then I'm going to add in almond flour. Here you would add in crushed cookies, preferably chocolate cookies. If you have Oreos, that would be absolutely perfect. Or even a chocolate chip cookie. And I'm just going to pat that down on the bottom of my 7-inch Springform pan. I did put a little bit of parchment at the bottom just so that I can easily remove it from the pan. And then I've got a nice chocolate crust. I baked that for about 10 minutes at 350 degrees in the oven. And now I can add my foil to the outside of the pan. And then I'm going to pour in my chocolate cheesecake batter. Now this is going to go into a hot water bath, and that's going to bake at 350 degrees for about an hour. After an hour, we're only going to crack the oven door, turn off the oven, and let it sit in there for about 30 minutes. Now I'm going to move on to making my mousse, and this is so simple. It's like a little hack of mine because I am on keto. I'm using sugar-free chocolate Jello pudding. And then of course, if you're not on keto, just choose regular chocolate pudding. So we're going to add the chocolate pudding to the cream and make a delicious mousse just by whipping it up. It's so quick and easy. It's got beautiful stiff peaks, and that is ready. My cheesecake has come out of the oven. It has also been refrigerated for a couple of hours until it was completely cooled. And then I'm going to smear all of that on top, make a nice even layer, and pop that in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. Next, I made some more chocolate ganache, and I'm going to add another layer of that. Now let me tell you guys, if I had more chocolate, I would have loved a thicker layer, but I actually ran out of chocolate. So I think a really thick, at least like an inch layer of chocolate ganache would be so amazing when it sets up. But for now, this is what we're going to do. It's just as, well, not just as delicious, but it'll do for right now. So I'm going to remove the Springform pan from the cake, and then I'm going to drizzle some white chocolate on there for, you know, a little design, something classic and simple. I'm actually using white chocolate candy melt. I melted that down and I put that in a plastic sandwich bag and I cut the corner off. And now I have more of that chocolate mousse that I just whipped up, and it pipes into a beautiful chocolate whipped cream. You see how we're just like crossing our lanes here, keeping it couture. I'm gonna top that off with some sprinkles and some more chocolate shavings, and that is a delicious decadent chocolate cheesecake. We've got our chocolate crust, chocolate cheesecake, chocolate mousse, chocolate ganache, and then chocolate whipped cream on the top. So delicious. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this decadent chocolate cheesecake. It is great for the holidays, which are coming up. It is great year round. It is so good. It is so good. Couture and a chocolate cheesecake. Bye guys. I just feel like this is the struggle right here, because we've all gone through it. But once you get it out of there, it is so beautiful and so gorgeous. I hope that you guys enjoyed this recipe. It's your debut. I have a cake needs to comment for the day. The cake needs to comment for the day goes to Mariana Rueda or Rita? Hey Mariana, thank you so much for commenting. She says, girl, you should do more keto friendly cakes. Heart, heart, heart. And I'm so happy that you said that, because I was wondering if you guys wanted keto friendly cakes, because I definitely want to make keto friendly cakes, but I don't want to like oversaturate this channel with something that the majority of you aren't here for. I sneak a few in there. Whenever I do a keto cake, I'll put keto and traditional recipe so that I have something for everybody. Thank you, Mariana. I appreciate your comment, and if you would like to be featured in the next video, all you have to do is comment down below. Say something funny, say something serious, say a lot, don't say too much, it's up to you. Bye guys.